Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of We Don't Shut Up. My name is Stephanie, your co-host.
And my name is Michelle, your other co-host.
And we are your two girls that can't shut up.
Yeah, and I actually,
on any social platforms.
in camera, I look like a mop of hair.
I mean,
it's kind of my...
From our last episode, all the listeners learned that you have a lot of hair.
Yeah, but like when we first started, I was like...
The Grudge.
It's like emo. It's like emo version of Michelle.
Well, guys, welcome back. Like I said, we are the two girls that cannot shut up on any social platform, social media. Yeah, that would be platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the places, all the things, and we are happy to be back.
Yes.
In your ears today.
And on your screens.
And on your screens. We're hitting all the senses.
Literally. Hearts for all the
Except
listeners.
for smell, although we smell pretty good.
I didn't put perfume on today, but I did put deodorant on, which is my biggest thing.
Yes, let's go, girl.
Listen.
Happy for me.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You said listen, and you were probably going to say something dumb, but, you know.
No, I wasn't, actually. I was going to say hearts for all the listeners, but hearts times 2 for the watchers.
Yes. Okay. Love that for us. Well, guys, today we are going to chit-chat a little bit about, actually an episode we did probably almost a year ago.
Yeah.
In regards to our, like, jobs and, like, our career shifts.
Yeah.
And kind of just where we are now. So, like, kind of like where we were a year ago compared to how we are now. Yeah.
Yes, queen.
So we'll chat about that, but first, before we get into that, we have to do, what is it, Michelle?
Our segment of things we can't shut up about this week.
Yes, and we have got some good ones.
Yeah,
not
we do.
so good ones, but they're good. You know what I mean? You feel me? Okay.
Let's leave yours for last. Yours is a doozy.
Okay,
so my thing that I can't shut up about is that Love Island is back.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Aren't you so happy I brought this up?
I am so excited that Love Island All-Stars is back. Okay. Love Island All-Stars. It's not the other ones.
Well, I think the Love Island All-Stars is the replacement of the Love Island regular that would have been in January. Yes.
Okay.
The UK version that would have been in January. Remember how like they would do January and then September, August, or something like that? Well, now I think that the All-Stars has replaced that like fresh set at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna...
I'm okay with that.
I'm so okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
And I was thinking the other day, I was like, okay, so how does this work? Because there's just... But, like, thinking about it, there's just constant new people rolling through. So they're always going to have all-stars because it's famous people that have gone through.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, this could stay forever, honestly.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
And I love it. Like
I can't believe I have, like Luca on my screen again.
Oh my god. Okay. I absolutely love Luca. Like I feel like Luca has like a little place in my heart.
Yeah, Luca's cute.
So cute.
But at the same time he can be such like a
dick?
I don't know. Yeah, like a dick. But like in a good, I don't know how to explain.
Wait, what episode are you on?
I just watched the first episode because I was the only one available. When
I
watched, which I think was like 2 days ago or something like that.
Yeah, the other one took yesterday's place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me too. I was like, one or the other.
But also, I can't watch it without Justin because he'll kill me.
Yeah, he has a problem.
Yeah, he does. He's a reality.
Listen. The other day when he said, what is it? After hours, I turn gay or something. What is it that he said? And I was like, okay, he literally becomes a queen after 9 p.m. Like, he goes over the rainbow.
Because he likes watching reality TV shows.
Yeah, absolutely. He's.
But hey, I support men that watch reality TV shows because that is a real one right there.
For real.
If you are a man that can watch reality TV shows with your girlfriend or wife or whoever and enjoy it and like...
That's a real man.
You're a real man, bro.
To me, it's hilarious because Justin, like, he admits to it and he takes accountability. He's like, I watch reality TV.
Yeah, and he likes it. He loves it. And he loves those. He doesn't, like, he's not going to watch, like, the Kardashians or anything like that. Like, he loves the tea. He loves the goss. That's what he's there for.
The drama.
Yes, that's what he loves.
But it's not, like, celebrity drama.
No.
Yeah,
he's not about any of that.
Andrew, on the other hand, he will be like, summarize it for me. Or like he's like, I'm watching it, and then he like stands there and stares at the TV and watches it, but then he's like, it's like he comes up to his senses and then he just like ignores the TV.
No,
but I love that for you, because honestly, if I could watch reality TV with Andrew, like, I know how bad
it's
reality
amazing.
TV is.
Oh, I know.
It's literally,
but it's honestly, yes, but that's what I need. Like, when I'm watching TV, it's because I've literally worked all day, and I have like an hour, 2 hour space where I can do something.
Yeah, but you can brain rot.
And then I have to go and watch.
Yeah, but you can brain rot
or work
with,
again.
like, I don't know, Gossip Girl. It's not reality TV.
Sure, but like, I want that. Like,
yeah, I know.
You know?
I'm with you, girl.
Like, I want that tea.
But it is like there's some people out here watching, like,
am I the drama?
Discovery Channel.
Oh my god, no. Ew.
Can you imagine, like, watching a show of the whales and being interested?
No, honestly, like, that, I don't think I'd watch a show of the whales and be interested. But, like, I do like some Discovery shows of, like, when you're, like learning something, where you have someone that's, like, there's one about the whales where you just watch whales. And I'm just like, how do people watch this?
I'm pretty sure that's just to go to sleep.
Okay, well, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Not the topic.
We literally
Love Island All-Stars.
Okay, yes.
Guys, if you are not watching it, you should go watch it.
It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Peacock.
Okay. It is a sleigh and a half already. Like,
yes.
Did you watch Who Walked Into the Villa?
Again, Sue.
Oh my god, and her dress.
Yeah.
And the way she
looks older and not good. I'm sorry.
I did not like her hair.
No.
I will say.
No.
But I think I think it was just her.
Yeah. I think it was just that entrance. I'm hoping.
Yeah, but she, like, in the previews and stuff, and the stuff I've seen on TikTok, she slays.
Okay.
Like, she always slays.
Yeah.
And she's, like, already kissing people and stuff.
Insane.
I love her so much.
She is the drama.
Unapologetically her.
She is the drama.
I love her.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember India.
Me either. I did not remember India.
Stunning.
And then when they started doing it, like, when they started doing the recap, I was like,
Ovi.
Oh my
yeah.
god, I remember this girl. She's stunning. Absolutely stunning. I think she's the prettiest one.
She's the prettiest one that has ever walked through the villa, honestly.
No, there's someone else that was beautiful, stunning.
I think she's the prettiest one. Everybody on TikTok, everybody's like, anybody that has walked through the villa should feel like trash. And I'm like, it's like, she's gorgeous.
She's stunning. She's absolutely stunning. Yes.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Let's see about her personality, though.
She seems like a really sweet girl.
She does.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But anyways, so yes, that is going to be my nightly ritual. I'm going to watch Love Island every night, and Andrew can no longer have the TV. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so I'll say mine, and then we have a collective one.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine isn't as perky and bright as Michelle's. So guys, I have been having some car issues. Not like,
I think you talked about it.
I think I might have talked about this back in November when it happened. So my SUV, turns out one of the fuel injectors failed. I had to take it in, and I had a loaner for like 2 months. It was fine. It was literally the same SUV, just upgraded as a loaner. I'm like, cool, I'm good. And then I got a call,
Tuesday?
No, I got a call
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. My car was ready for pickup. I was like, oh my god. Oh, because on top of that, my car also had a recall on my backup camera, and they said they didn't have a fix for it.
And the car, the sunroof, anytime Stephanie would put the car in park,
I can't close it.
Like, the panoramic wouldn't close. Like, it would close, and then it would just open back up.
Yeah, like, my whole pano would just remain open.
Funniest thing
and I'm just like, what in the world? So they got it all fixed, done, cool. They call me on Monday. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go pick up my car. Finally, hallelujah. I go pick up my car, and I take my car, and I drive off. And I'm like, you know what? I needed to do a little Sam's run. So I'm like, you know what, guys? You guys, anybody want to come to Sam's with me? We'll go in the Stephmobile. And we do.
It was so funny.
I'm literally driving, and I'm not even 5 minutes away from my house when my check engine light comes back on. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, are you serious? My check engine light came back on. I text the girl, and I'm like, my check engine light is on. She texts me the next day and goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Wait, but then we park at...
Oh yeah, and then we park at Sam's, and I go to close my panoramic thing. Still doesn't close.
It opens right back up.
It opens right back up. And I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is Hyundai, by the way. And
it's a Santa Fe.
Yeah, it's a 2022 Santa Fe. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? We need to get this fixed. So she's like, bring it in. I'll get you a loaner, all that stuff. All right. So I go in and I leave my car. And she's like, don't worry. I'm going to expedite this. Like, they're going to work on it. And all that stuff. And so she's like, the loaner should be here soon. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I'm going to get the same Santa Fe. And she's like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm dying. Oh my God.
I don't know. Oh, you're good. So I sit down and I wait and all this stuff. And the enterprise guy comes in and he's like, oh, Stephanie. I'm like, yeah. And then they asked her like, oh, are you paying for this? Or not? I signed all this stuff. And then I go outside and the guy goes, today you're going to be going home with a luxurious Kia Soul. And I'm like,
excuse me?
Okay. Listen.
For those of you that don't know, because not everybody's a car person, a Kia Soul is, you know those ugly ass cars that you see out on the street? And I love anybody that has a Soul, but your car's ugly. Okay? It's the box.
It's the box. So, okay, the thing is that, like, I'm fine with it, whatever.
Like, nobody's proud of having a Kia Soul.
I'm sure there are people that are proud of having a Kia Soul, and that's fine. Like, I'm not dogging on you because you have a Kia Soul. But my thing is that, like, it's not comparable to the car I had. And, again, it's fine. Like, I'm not a brat. Like, I understand there's barely any cars left. Like, that's cool.
Were there not really any cars left?
No, he's like, this is literally, like, the only thing I have. I didn't complain. Like, I didn't say, like, oh, my gosh. But I was like, oh, do you by chance have anything bigger? And he's like, this is literally the only thing I have. And I was like, okay.
Get a little box. You know what Andrew was trying to do? When I told you Andrew's going to send something really funny?
Yeah.
He was trying to put you in the car with the hamsters. You know how the commercials has the hamsters? He was trying to put you in the car.
I literally, it's just, like, not comparable to the car I had, which, again, is fine. I should only have this car for a little bit. But we drive off, and I'm like, okay, I mean, it connects automatically to CarPlay, so I'm happy about that.
Wait, I haven't seen it. I have to see it.
Yeah, so tell me how the horn on this car does not work.
Yeah, because, of course, Justin had to test it out.
Yeah, Justin's testing the horn out. Doesn't work. And I'm like, okay, well, this is not safe. Like, someone goes and cuts me off, and I can't honk the horn. Like, people won't know that I'm there. True. So, I texted them, and I called them this morning, and I was like, hey, the horn doesn't work on this car, and also, like, do you guys have anything bigger right now? At this point, Enterprise knows me, and they're like, oh my gosh, hi, Steph, how are you? I was like, hey, I'm good, like, and I tell them my thing, and she's like, oh my gosh, totally. Let me get you in at 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock today, I have an appointment with them to go take the car in and switch it out for another car.
They're going to give you a fucking Beetle, bro.
Who knows what the hell they're going to give me? I don't know what the hell they're going to
give me. BMW or something?
I hope so, but...
For the experience?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to give me. It might be another Kia Soul. I don't know.
Oh my God.
At this point. But yeah, so I've been bounced around from car to car, and I just want my car back. I just want my car. I love my car. I want my car. Like, Justin's like, well, do you think that we should get a new car? I'm like, I mean, the car that I want is not a car that we should be buying right now. 1, and 2, I love my car. I love my car. Like, I just want my car. My car has everything that I need. I just want to be able to drive my vehicle. And they did text me and say that it was another fuel injector. So
there was 2 fuel injectors?
Yes, but there's 1 fuel injector per every cylinder of the car. So my car's a 4-cylinder car, which means it has 4 fuel injectors. And I told her, I was like, can you just replace all of them? Because the Lord knows if I have to go there for a 3rd time, someone's going to get their head chopped off. So I'm like, can we just... And she's like, well, no, Hyundai won't cover anything unless it's failed. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, we shall see if I have to go in a 3rd time.
Can't they check them, though?
I don't know.
Jeez,
but that is currently where I'm at right now.
Well, I just want to... honestly, before I leave, I just want to see you pull out of the driveway in a Soul.
Yesterday, we had a few things we had to do, and my brother-in-law was with us, and there's no cup holders in the back. So my brother-in-law is just holding the 2 cups in his hand.
I was gonna look that up. Like, there's no way that I don't think it's legal. It's not funny. I'm being serious. I think a car has to have cup holders in the back.
I think it's a legal thing. Like, if it doesn't have cup holders, it doesn't have cup holders. And that's
no, but even like the Camaro had cup holders in the back.
You're talking about a Camaro.
Yeah, but it's a sports car. Like, nobody really should be riding in the back.
Yeah, but it had it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any. But, you know, guys,
those were the most universe is keeping me humble. Uncomfortable seats that I've ever been in. Those Camaro seats.
Oh, yeah. The universe is keeping me humble, and I'm here for it, so thank you.
Yeah, it's keeping you real humble.
Yeah, I just need, like, a horn that works.
Not you literally getting into your Kia Soul with a Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Love that for you.
But I'm okay with that.
It's
like,
totally
who cares?
Fine. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to enjoy my Kia Soul.
Listen.
No matter what anyone thinks.
I genuinely don't think that anybody is proud of having a Kia Soul. Not because of the price point or anything like that. I just think it's very ugly. And I think that's you. I think that's a general consensus. I think
that's you because, well, not you, but like, yes, a lot of people think that way, but there are a lot of people that actually think it's cute.
I have not met one person or seen one person even on the internet.
Yeah, Andrea, our sister-in-law, she likes more of the boxy style.
That's fine.
She was like, oh my god, it's so
cute. Yeah, it's cute, but it's not. She wouldn't go and buy a Kia Soul.
She wouldn't go and buy a Kia Soul because Jared's not gonna let her go and buy a Kia Soul. No,
if she had whatever she wanted, she could get whatever car. She's not gonna get a Kia Soul.
No, I don't think she's gonna go get it. She would get a RAV4. Okay, not the point. But it doesn't matter, honestly.
No, it doesn't.
It truly does not matter what car you drive.
No, I'm just 2018 Corolla. Like,
I'm just.
It's so funny though. To me, it's just funny looking. And like, for example, our aunt has a Kia Soul, and like she always prefaces like. She always like it's even the people that own it, it's a running joke. Like, she's like, oh yeah, my little car. Like,
no, the thing is like how the guy was like, today you're going home with a luxurious Kia Soul.
Oh my god, it's probably like,
and I was like,
is it upgraded to the max?
I think it's upgraded like to the max that they do.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But with no cup holders in the back, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it has like it has like you get in and CarPlay automatically like
you are stunned.
So stuck on the CarPlay.
You are stunned by that.
No, and it has a digital display and everything, and you can change the colors on it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it does. And what else does it have? The aesthetic is just not that great inside or out.
Is it like dark on the inside?
Yeah, it's all dark. It doesn't have any leather seats.
Oh, it's
cloth. So
it's been very cold. It's
been very cold.
Because Stephanie has seat warmers. Listen, we got lucky with the last loaner because they had.
Oh yeah, my last loaner was.
Seat warmers in the back.
It had seat warmers in the back. It had a turn, like the cameras to turn when you're turning. It had the heads-up display. It had like all the things, and I was like, yeah. I just didn't like the color, but
it wasn't bad. It was just white and brown.
No, yeah, I don't mind the exterior color, but the brown. Like the combination of the white and the brown, I didn't love it. But yeah.
You know what I love?
I'll let you guys know.
A red leather interior. I think
or maroon.
So badass.
Yeah, I was looking at like cars.
It's so badass.
I'm like,
you know, like
our cousin.
Next. She got. Remember her car? She got a Mazda CX. Something.
Oh yeah.
And
yes,
that's the color I love.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So I'm sorry about your car troubles. I hope you get a better loaner.
You guys posted. I might post today on stories.
God, can you imagine?
This is what I got switched to.
Listen, can you imagine if they like just switch you to another Kia Soul and it's like bright green?
Oh my god, stop.
A new fear unlocked. Or
like, I didn't know I could feel this way.
Or like bright orange. Hey, at least you got a loaner to go to Miami.
Hey guys, at least I have a car. Okay.
100%.
At least I have a car that works and that can take me from
we're out here making jokes and all this stuff, but like first world problems, like really.
Oh, 100%.
Like we're
100%.
We're
like
so grateful for what we have.
My first car ever was an Accent.
2004, 2006.
2004.
I believe.
I called him Toby. And Toby went, man. Toby went, and every time. So
we had to
imagine me in high school. Oh yeah. That
window cranking.
Yeah, that, and also you could hear the engine when you turned it on. Remember when I turned it? I drove my. I was so happy with my accent.
Oh my god, the amount of times that happened to me. Honestly, listen. Okay, because she passed it on to me.
Oh yeah, but guys, this is all to say that I've driven the worst.
Yeah,
and can now now feel like, you know,
I
drive. It's not the best, but
it's a pretty amazing car compared to Toby.
Yes, 100%, and we'll keep going up and up from here. But yeah, I've been down Toby here, and
Toby started in 2004. Like, my mom got a brand new car, and it was my mom's car, and then it was Stephanie's car, and then it was my car until Toby's brakes gave in for me. Like, I was trying to park the car, and it was like a little bit of a downhill, and then like Toby wouldn't stop. And I'm screaming.
That car had like, I don't know, like hundreds and hundreds of miles. Like, I think it went over 120,000 miles.
Yeah.
It was a great car.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Toby. R.I.P.
I just remember R.I.P. because I just remember myself screaming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, my car isn't stopping. And so I had to pull the emergency brake and the whole thing. And I was just trying to get to work. I was just parking at work.
And from there I went on to a Nissan Versa.
Yeah, and then that one went on to me too.
Yeah. But anyway, we're not here to talk about cars like that. But I will keep you guys posted on my car journey.
The general or
the communal. The communal. What we can't shut up about. Yes. Molly May docuseries came out.
God,
yesterday.
So good.
It's so freaking good. It's so good. I watched all 3 episodes last night. Michelle's caught up to all 3 episodes. Yeah. But we will talk about it next episode. Our next episode is going to be more of a pop culture episode. I know you guys like that very much. So we will talk about that then and spill all the tea, all the goss, and our opinion on all of it. Yes. Because holy cow. Honestly, like, my hat's off to that woman.
I love her so much.
Me too. And she is so young. She's
my age.
She's your age, yeah. She's turning 25.
We're literally the same age.
Yeah.
I told Andrew yesterday, I was like, look at that woman.
Yeah.
And look at everything she has.
Yeah.
She's my age. And he's like, oh my god, she looks older than that. And I was like,
I know. She looks like she's in her 30s.
Yeah, and she acts older than that too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hats off to you, girl.
Like, she's an amazing businesswoman.
Oh
holy
my
cow.
Holy. And like, obviously we don't know her personally, so we can't say about her personality, but what she shows, and also like she in the docuseries, which I won't go much into, but like she shows a lot of her personality.
Yeah.
And she seems like such a good human.
Yeah.
And she's just the show was really amazing. Well, it's not over. It's just the first 3, and then in a couple months, the next 3 episodes.
So we'll talk about the first 3 episodes next episode, and then when the next 3 come out, we'll chat about those.
Yeah. But yeah, we're excited about it.
So excited. I can't. I literally grabbed some popcorn and just...
My God. I literally was like... I went out. Night. I told Andrew, I was like, are you good if I just go to bed? Like, can you take care of Rocco? Like, he was like, what's going on? And I was like, Molly May. And he's like, say
no more.
Say no more. Just go to bed. So, yeah, it's great.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I think it's time to chat about our job journeys and kind of where we're at.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about kind of, I think a little bit about like where we were a year ago and then kind of where we are now and like where we thought we were going to be.
For sure.
And like all of that fun stuff. So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Or want me to go first?
So, we grew up in a, what kind of household? Well, obviously a Hispanic household. We've talked about this. And it was a go to school so you can actually have a job. If you don't have a job, or if you don't go to school, you'll be working at McDonald's. That's the kind of like household.
Yeah, like if you don't get a bachelor's degree, pretty much, you don't, like, you won't be successful. That's kind of how it was.
Yeah. So, it just really like, and I know that so many people grow up in that kind of environment where it's like it really pushes you to
Oh my God.
If you guys can see Jax, he's
being very needy.
It really pushes you to almost not know what you want to do. I feel like that kind of environment, like it just pushes you to just get into school.
I think
like go to college.
And I think it's just that Hispanic mindset of like you need to just go to school and get a degree. Correct. And then become a lawyer, a doctor, or any of the big things that I can't think about right now.
Yeah.
And then you'll be successful.
Correct.
And then you'll work every single day of your life.
Literally.
And be unhappy.
Yes. So for a really long time, and if you want to dive more into the prior in our childhood and all that stuff, our first episode about our job journeys will probably be a good listen to before this. But
I think that's the second episode ever
that we've ever posted.
Yeah.
It's a really long time ago. But for Stephanie has always been like the one that gets all the good grades and does everything right and stuff. So she was always like almost an example that my family wanted me to follow, because she did the whole 9. She was great in high school. Well, she was great in elementary, middle, and high school.
I wasn't great. I just kind of like cheated my way through.
I cheated my way through it too, but I still got C's, girl. So,
yeah, I was a good cheater.
I was too, but damn.
No,
you were
I mean,
an overachiever.
I did do. It got to like in high school. I think is where it got to the point. In elementary, I don't think I ever cheated, and in middle school
was just too easy.
Yeah, high school was just too easy, and it was just. I was in the era of like you would take the tests online. You started to take the test online, but there was no supervision. So it's like I could Google any answer and just like if I didn't know it, I just Googled it.
So
I was part of that era.
Yeah. So she was really good at school. She got really good grades and all that stuff. And then I start growing up and all this stuff, and my mom is seeing this and everything. So it kind of becomes like an example, like you should do it. And it wasn't like my mom was like down my throat being like, you need to be like Stephanie. Not at all. It was just kind of like a thing that I carried, a thing that was like kind of like an
understood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. And I was just like, okay, well, this is really my only option. Like, you get out of high school and you go to college, and then I'll figure out what I want to do at that point. So at that point, in high school, I decided that I want to take, I was good in high school. It was just like, I did occasionally get a C here and there because I'm not the best studier. Like, I'm not the best, like, book smart person. I'm very, like, common sense and like street smart and all this stuff, but when it comes to book stuff, like honestly, talk to me about the Roman Empire and I'm thinking about Greek food, which they probably have nothing to do with each other, right? So that's like me. Like, I'm not stupid, but like books, not my thing. So yeah, I was never like the best, but I decided that I was going to take AP classes. I decided I was going to do dual enrollment, do all the things. And so I did dual enrollment classes. I was ahead with college and everything. So when I got out of high school, when I graduated high school, like I was ahead of everybody in my class, really. And then, but by the end of senior year, I was like, this ain't looking too good. Like, this ain't for me kind of thing. Like, I had always thought that I would be a really, really good lawyer. I still think I would be, but just without the degree. I'm not going to school for that long. Or I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. But I really do think that I would have been a good lawyer if I really put my brain to it. But that's what everybody wanted me to be, what I thought that I would be good at. And then I was like, I'm not, like, realistically speaking, I'm never gonna go to school for like 10 years plus.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not, I hated school. Like, I hated school. So, and still to this day, like, I get chills up my spine when I think about high school. Like, legit, like, I hate school. So, I'm so sorry. Like, rest in peace all the kids in school right now. Like, Jesus. I don't know how you're doing it, but you'll get through. so I start looking into other things, and I wanted to do criminal justice because criminal justice is a really big career that people don't really go into, so it's very in demand. And then also I've always been sickly interested in all that stuff, to the point where I even went to the police academy. And I didn't go, I didn't study at the police academy, but I went to, I think it was a week-long crime scene investigation class, because my stepfather is a cop now. He's law enforcement or whatever he's doing now, but law enforcement. And he had friends and stuff that could help me out. So I went to a week-long class, and I was so in it. I was looking at pictures of dead people, and
I remember you really enjoyed that.
So, I will never forget it. Yeah. I was looking at crime scene, people dead with tongues hanging out there. I was like, oh, the emoji slay. I can't even, wow. I didn't believe that was actually a thing. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. And I kept talking to this lady that was my stepfather's friend and stuff. And she was so she gave me so much information. I honestly even have this is so crazy and I will never get rid of it. I have a crime scene investigation toolkit where it has the powder and everything to
that's cool.
Identify.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, to identify fingerprints.
That's cool.
And it's what they actually use in the in law enforcement. So basically you use tape, you put your finger on it, you use tape, and you use the powder, and you can see the print. And that's cool. So freaking cool. It's so freaking cool. So I will never get rid of that. But yeah, so I started getting into that and all that stuff. And then math happened, and I couldn't get past my math classes in college. And I knew that I could. I've always known that I can. I'm not stupid. I'm just not, I'm not good at math. I don't like math, and I've never applied myself to it. So I went through all my classes up until the last class to get my associates. I just have one class left to get my associate's degree. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I am not, I'm doing this for what? I sat there talking to myself, and I talked to Stephanie so many times, and I kept telling her, I don't know. I feel like this isn't for me, all this stuff. I'm not good at it. I suck and all this stuff. And Stephanie at one point was like, it's not you suck. You just don't like it. You're putting your time and energy into something that you don't like. And I was like, but how am I supposed to tell mom that? My mom obviously wanted the best for me. And I mean, and it wasn't just my mom. It was, I guess, my stepdad too. But it was always
well, it was just what we were surrounded with our whole life. So it's everyone was this is just what it is.
Right. They also didn't really know better. Right. So they thought just having a career is
also building businesses back then was not a thing, nor had anyone in our family ever built a business.
Well,
we only have one.
Yeah. We have one uncle.
Yeah. Who wasn't really close to us. He lived in Venezuela. So it wasn't they were exposed to that.
Right.
Often.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a thing. It wasn't.
And I'm not necessarily that's a limiting belief. Never mind. I was going to say, I've always had, I don't necessarily have that personality to be
that's a limiting belief.
An entrepreneur kind of thing, but I do. I just have it in different ways, I feel like. But yeah, that's a limiting belief, and I'm working on that. But yeah, I feel and everybody has kind of told me that. Yeah. I'm Stephanie and I are very different in that way, where Stephanie's a lot more stern and very to the point and direct. And I'm just I'm very empathetic, and I'm I love you.
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, I literally just lost my train of thought.
What?
Oh, yeah. So, when I was younger, everyone in my family used to tell me I'm not creative. I'm not creative, I'm not creative. And that's how I grew up. And I used to always say, I'm just not creative, I'm just not creative.
Until you found out you were.
Until I found out I was. And I'm not going to say, I'm the most creative person. I'm not. But, I do have some creativity in me. And, I found that out after, as I grew up and as I started, actually honing in on what I actually like to do. Because, like, I feel like as we grew up, it was kind of just like a facade of, like, things that we think we wanted to do. And I think that's how you grow up. I'm not saying every Hispanic household or everyone, you know, grows up like that. But I think that in a lot of cases, when you have that mentality and you grow up in that culture, that migrant culture, that, like, we had to leave from, you know, our country and move here for a better education, for you to live a better life, that for them means that you have to go to school, get an education, get a bachelor's degree, and become a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that. So that's what that entails. Like, that is what your life becomes. And it's a lot of pressure to... like, I think a lot of people don't talk about this, is it's a lot of pressure to have migrant parents in that sense.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of senses. But I think that people, like, don't, like, understand it, like, anyone who has never lived it or anyone who has had the privilege to, like, you know, be in this system from the day they were born, pretty much.
It's almost like, I feel like, it's almost like kids that have never had divorced parents.
Oh, right,
like,
yeah,
they
kind
feel
of like
the
that same
pressure
thing.
Of, like, like, we're the minority, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just, it's like you have pressure once you know and understand, and your reasoning, like, you're, I don't know, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, and your reasoning can let you understand that your parents are immigrants, and they came here to give you a better life. That's kind of just like, it's like, oh, wow, okay, well, then I have to. Yeah. Especially if you're the oldest.
Oh, right, yeah.
Especially if you're the oldest.
Yeah, we grew up with, why are you bilingual? Because bilingual equals money.
Yeah, that's what we grew up with. Is actually, I was going to do a story or a TikTok on that the other day. Because I'm literally booking a client because I'm bilingual right now. And I was going to put a story up or a TikTok up of, like, my mom always told me that
the most
there would come a day
scenario.
Where, but yeah, like, that's how we grew up is, you know, you speak two languages because, you know, being bilingual is beneficial or, you know, all these different things. And it's true, but it's, like, kind of what's, like, ingrained in your brain for so long.
You feel like it's the only way.
Like, like, that's what you have to do.
Right. Like, if we wouldn't have been bilingual right now, like, it would be, like, a shame. Like, it would be, like, we would be, like, you're wasting money. Even now, like, Justin only speaks English. So I usually spend all of my days speaking in English. And sometimes, like, I noticed, sometimes I'll, like, forget a word or, like, I'm saying, in front of, like, my mom or my grandma and stuff, and they're just like, hello?
Like, do you not speak Spanish anymore? And I'm just like, okay, listen.
Relax. Also, Stephanie and I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but Stephanie and I very rarely talk to each other in Spanish.
Yeah, it feels weird if I talk to you in Spanish.
Yeah, it's only if I'm messing around, really.
Yeah.
Or if we're trying to get something across to each other that we don't want somebody else to hear. Obviously. Yeah. Or, like, to understand. So,
yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, that's how we grew up. So to now become, because kind of to tie it back into like this year, to now have the businesses that we have and like it be, especially you, because you got up to almost your associate's degree and it's like, but like there's another way. Like, I think when I have children, I'm going to teach them about financial literacy. Oh my God, literally so from the day they come out of my womb.
Okay, as business women and entrepreneurs now, like, there is so much, and I know, like, for you, you'll agree, but like, there's so much that you've learned having a business.
Oh,
like that, even for your personal, like, financials.
Yeah.
And like, Justin grew up really, like, in that realm, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I think Justin was more financially literate than me, because his dad is a financial advisor and everything like that, but he himself says, like, I was not taught enough of these things.
I don't think you can ever be taught enough.
I think you can. I think you can be taught, like,
no, I know.
I'm saying be financially literate, like 100%, but it just starts, that's not anything that parents, like, not any parent that I have met has focused on making their child financially literate. And at the end of the day, like, you can say, like, oh, you know, like, you don't want your child to become money hungry, and you don't want your child to like this or that.
It's just knowing that.
That's great. But at the end of the day, the only way your child is going to eat is if they make money. So
it's just knowing that if you have $20, you shouldn't spend all $20. You should maybe spend 10 and save the rest. Like,
and it's not even that. It's how do you make money? Like, you don't have to go to school, get a bachelor's degree, and go live in an office, because that's literally what you're going to do. You live in an office every single day of your life, sometimes including weekends, for you to make $200,000.
Dude.
A year, $300,000 a year if you're lucky. Like, and if you're a massive, like, oh my God, as you would say in Spanish, un huevo pelao of a surgeon, then you make $500,000. But you're not going to make more than that. Like, you're not going to be financially free.
Right.
So it's like, what do you want?
There's a cap.
Yes, there's always a cap.
Yeah.
There's a cap. So what do you want? Do you want to be financially free, or do you want to work for the rest of your life and then at the age of 65 retire and make whatever your social security is going to give you, and hopefully you saved enough to be able to, you know? And then obviously if you were born with rich parents and they have this account for you and all, good for you. Like, it's great. Like, I'm happy for you, truly. But most people,
you're lucky,
don't have that. So you have to actually work and get through all this. So yeah, so that's what we were taught to do for our whole entire life.
We were taught to work hard for money.
Yes.
And this was something, like, this week I had like this challenge thing, and I learned a lot about business and all that stuff. And like, you don't have to work harder to get more money.
No, that's the thing. And that's the part about being financially literate. Like, that's what I want to teach my kids. Like, you do not have to work hard to make money. That is a limiting, like, that is a mentality and a mindset shift that needs to happen. And I don't even want them to have the mindset shift. I just want them to have the mindset of, like, you don't need to work hard for money. Money comes easily to you. I am open and it's coming to me. Like, that is what it is. It's just that that's not how we were raised.
Correct.
And so we had to change that mindset. And now going into it, like, okay, now we have businesses, and now we have, you know, these things of like, okay, well, we have to change the mindset. And it's one of the hardest challenging things ever to change that mindset. But yeah, like, looking at it now, I mean, my mom, well, like, everyone in our family is like extremely proud of us and all of the things. But at first it was like, my mom told me, she was like, and I think I probably said this in the first episode, but my mom told me, I didn't, like, when you told me you were going to become a wedding planner and open up your business, like, I was like, okay, but I thought you were crazy and, like, you had 8 heads. Like,
I thought she was crazy. When she came to, first of all, she went to my mom before she went to me, because I think when it comes to stuff like that, and I'm learning to be, like, less judgy, but it's in my nature. I'm a Virgo. I'm a bit judgmental. And then my mom told me, so I was annoyed that my mom was the one that told me and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what do you mean? You're throwing your whole, like, the thing is that Stephanie was doing so well at her job and everything. And she was a star student. So,
yeah. And I had a very, very good paying job at the age of 20.
If you would have stayed,
or 24,
if you would have stayed at that job, you would have been close to making 6 figures.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If not surpassed it.
If not more.
Right now.
But how unhappy would you have been?
Oh my God. It was awful.
Same thing with me. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not getting a degree. I'm not. I refuse. Like, I refuse to be a statistic. LOL. That sounds so, like, tinfoil hat. But I was like, I don't want it. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm going to do what makes me happy. And that's not going to school. And my mom was like,
and that's so hard to do. That's so hard to do.
It was.
So I am, but at that moment I was very proud of you for, like, doing that and saying, like, that's not what my journey is. I don't want it.
It was a really hard conversation to have.
Yeah.
It was a really hard conversation to have. And my mom was like, okay, what are you going to do? And I was like, don't ask me that, because I don't know. I'm going to do what makes me happy. So at that time, I thought that having 9-to-5 jobs was what was making me happy, or what was
and for some people it is. So don't get me wrong. Like, if that's what makes you happy, like, go for it.
100%.
Like, if my kids come to me and they're like, I want to be a doctor, like, that's what's gonna make me happy. Like, to cure people and to be there, like, all day, every day. Go for it. Like, let's get into med school. Like, let's do all the things. I want them to be happy and not to pretend to like something or want to do something just because they think that's what will please me or that's what I want. Like, no, you need to do this because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I want my kids to just be happy. And I think that I don't want them to have, like, and obviously nobody in our family did it with any ill will. Or
oh my God, no, it was the total opposite.
Right.
It was like, this is what's best.
What you need. Yeah. Like, but all these limiting beliefs that we have had to overcome is due to all the limiting beliefs that they had, and then before that. So, yeah, I mean, last year, I think when we had this conversation, I was still working technically a 9-to-5.
Yeah. And you were,
I was employed.
Yeah.
I was employed with, like,
two. I think it was me and,
my ex-boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was completely employed. I had a W-2. Like,
yeah.
I had a W-2 and I was a contractor for Stephanie. And then, like, things started not working out, blah, blah, blah. Well, basically she let me go. And, I was like, oh my God, my world came crashing down. Like, I was really sad for about a week. Mm-hmm. I went through the feels. I felt it. I was just like, oh my God, like, what do I do now? Like, but I was very conscious of the fact that I knew that I did not want to go back to a 9-to-5. I know, like, I'm not fit for that. Like, I would rather honestly do DoorDash for the rest of my life than go back to a 9-to-5. Like, and that's never going to happen because I'm working towards that not happening. But I think that a 9-to-5 is not for me, and I like to have my own schedule, be my own boss and all that stuff. And for the longest time, it was a limiting belief for me that I couldn't have a business, that I did not have the personality to have a business, that I couldn't do X, Y, and Z. And I was like, okay, but so what? Like, how many people are so sweet and nice and caring and have a business? How many people, and not that other people don't have that, but, like, my personality is very empathetic, right? Like, that's just, like, my thing. So I'm so empathetic. So I'm like, I see a dog on the street and I want to cry. That's the kind of person that I am. So it's like, how do you have a business when you're like that? And I'm just like, you know what? We're going to figure it out. Like, that's just kind of where I'm at. Like, yeah, I'll see, like, I scroll on TikTok and one point I'm laughing and the other point I'm crying, but I can have a business because I'm strong enough for that. Right. So it's all these things. So then I didn't have a business. I was employed. Now I'm 6 months, a little bit over 6 months into my business, and my business, I don't know if I should say this, or you can cut it out but my business is officially paying my bills.
Nice.
So
why shouldn't you say that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I mean, my business is officially paying my bills, which I didn't ever think that.
That's, like, amazing. I'm happy for you. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
proud of you.
Thank you.
That's my girl.
Recently, yeah. With my clients and all that stuff, like, it's officially paying my bills and nothing more. But
we'll get there.
Yeah, but that's why, like, I'm kind of, like, investing in my own education, all that stuff, because I'm doing everything wrong in my business, but, like, on, like, my side of it, like, the
back end.
Yeah, like, I'm kind of screwing myself over with what I'm doing, but, like, in the best way, because I love, like, serving my clients and all that stuff. I have a virtual assistant business. I'm not sure if I had mentioned that before, but I serve wedding professionals, and honestly, if you're a wedding professional and you don't have a virtual assistant, what are you doing? I've learned so much about this, but I realized that, like, for you, I've been a virtual assistant to you, plus more, for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not putting these skills to any use. Like, right, I'm just sitting here not doing anything about it. So I was like, why don't I love different things from different places. Why don't I just become a virtual assistant? I can do it all. Right. I didn't know that existed. So actually, one of the things that my ex-boss told me when she was in the process of letting me go was, I didn't hire you to be a virtual assistant. And I was kind of like, okay, what is that supposed to mean? Like, okay. So then I took that and I was like, wait, but there's nothing wrong with being a virtual assistant.
Right.
Like,
and that's just where you were excelling. But that's not what
correct.
she needed.
Correct.
So that's just it.
Correct. Yeah. That and there's nothing more empowering than like the conversations that her and I had and all that stuff. It's almost set a fire in my booty because like and I know a lot of people go through this, like being told no is like the best thing that someone can do for you.
Yeah.
Like 100% the best thing that someone can do. Because I would have stayed. Like I would have stayed in that job. I was starting to become unhappy, but like it was a work from home job. Like I got paid. You know what? I didn't get paid that well.
Yeah.
I was getting paid average, but I was getting paid. It was covering everything I needed plus more and everything. So it was good. I was good. But I was like, this is a sign too. And I kept having these conversations with Stephanie, even before any of this happened. I kept telling her like, maybe I should start my own business.
I mean, and that's really when you started it, was then, like that happened and you were like, that's it. I'm going to jump on the horse.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember, I had the ball somewhat rolling.
Yeah, but it didn't actually roll down the hill until...
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I had the ball a little bit rolling because I had a feeling something was happening. I had a feeling like I needed to do something different. Like, I had a feeling like it was coming. The time was coming for me to, like, do something. And so I was like, oh, well, let me, have the name ready and have an Instagram for it and blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't happen until... July.
Yeah.
And so now I'm 6 months in, it's officially paying my bills, and now I'm working on making sure that everybody that I serve is
and your systems and all of it is the way that it should be. And
exactly.
That's just how you learn. You just gotta jump in and then learn as you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I still have my wedding planning company. I am in the process of growing it. We are killing it. We are adding some team members on. And it's my 5th year in business. So
5 years?
Yeah, it's going to be 5 years. June 1st will be will be the 5.
She's finally upgraded to a toddler.
Yes. And they always say if you can make it to 5 years, the 5-year point is your turning point. So
Slay.
This year will be our turning point, and this year we will hit 6 figures. And I cannot freaking wait. So I'm so excited about all the things, the future that SAP holds. And honestly, I love my whole journey on how, if my childhood wasn't the way it was, I wouldn't be where I am. So,
I think we are so resilient and we are so ambitious and courageous because I do believe that both of us have those qualities.
And I say childhood, but my childhood mentality in this regards. My childhood was great.
Yeah,
but
the only reason we are the way that we are is because we had that childhood.
Yeah.
And because we had that mentality.
That mentality and that mindset. And that's what we were surrounded with. And also, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. So just think about that and let that sink in, because you always need bigger and better, and take advice from people that are doing it 100 times better than you, because you don't want to learn from anyone.
I am constantly humbled.
Oh, hell
because when people, and this is a silly thing, but people will come and be like, I don't know, something about Hemingway. And I'm just okay. But did you know that you need to file your BOI? So I'm okay, I'm constantly humbled in that regard, but there's so many people that want to be doing what we're doing. They just don't have the balls to do it.
Yep.
And
or it's just tougher. You have kids, and you
100%. I mean,
there's so many scenarios and so many different.
I'm talking about we don't have kids.
Yeah.
So anybody that doesn't have kids,
now is the time.
Do it. You're not gonna have a better time than right now.
Yeah. So Yeah, I mean, talk about
full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah, like, and then in 1 year,
we did that thing.
And then 1 year, we should talk about it again. and then
again.
It won't just be that I'm paying my bills.
No, it'll be, you got profit now.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, girl.
So much profit.
But thank you guys so much for listening to this episode and sticking with us and honestly being here every time that we upload an episode. We truly love you and we truly appreciate you just listening and liking our videos. Yes. Because as of right now, you guys are just liking, you're not commenting. So comment.
Way to call them out.
Comment honestly if anything in this episode like
resonated with you.
Yeah, resonated with you and you were like, oh my God, like, yeah. So yeah, let us know. Like I always say, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell everybody on the roster that we are the two girls that cannot shut up. We love you guys and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. Bye guys.